You got to hold some new Amiibo in your
So
hands.
they brought some new Amiibo on the show. I got to
the
hold
new Mario,
the
right?
new Mario ones, which are fascinating to look
Ginormous
at.
Is it
one?
heavy?
Very heavy.
It is
yeah,
very
I would
heavy.
say
Pixelated 3D one. Right?
Yeah,
I-
which is on a warp pipe base. That's one of the first like different bases they've had outside of the Animal Crossing.
I
ones,
would
sorry.
say it's probably a little bit heavier than the Bowser or King DDD Amiibo. I think they're up there with some of the heaviest. What do you think the heaviest Amiibo is?
DDD?
DDD?
We should have put this to the test. Put him on scales. or
He's a
something.
heavy dude.
Can somebody out there please weigh them
Weigh the
off
Amiibo.
for us? If you have a kitchen scale, we needs to know.
I mean,
So,
the
yeah, so I
heaviest
think-
three are those three. No,
It's
the
gotta
Bowser,
be, yeah.
DDD.
I think the new 8-bit
Rob is
Mario
gonna be up
ones are totally up there. They're also large. They're very big.
Yeah, it's-
like they're tall. If you're one of those people that has if you bought like an Amiibo shelf that's kind of low. I know there's some characters like Pit and a couple other are already kind of touching the sky a little bit. These things are pretty tall and they're pretty wide and they're cool and they're very fascinating to kind of spin around because from the side they are iconic and recognizable, and from the front you're like, I've never seen 8-bit Mario from that angle
Oh
before.
wow, yeah, that's
They're very
cool.
it's very fun to look at.
It's the face when he bites it, like
Kind
it's
of,
a
yeah,
weird,
but
like,
it's
you can never tell what his face is in those scenes, right?
So I'm interested and terrified to see if they make a whole line of 8-bit characters like this because I think they're really onto something. I think it's a very smart art direction. I know Konami tried making these kind of flat figurines of Simon Belmont based on the NES Castlevania that had that same sort of like 3D pixel look to them, but Nintendo just nailed it with this. And the warp pipe base is awesome. I'm a little confused as to why they made two of them, but then I also know because people like us buy them all that's why they made two.
Well, there's more and more I'm noticing that when they reference 8-bit Mario, they're referencing two types. It's either the original that had sort of a brown and red overall, brown shirt, red overalls, or if you look at like Super Mario 3D World, the Mario sprite that is there is red, blue with white gloves, and it's just like, well, when like it's a bit more modern-ish, but like I always wondered about that, like why is that a thing?
And I was talking about
initially it didn't look that way.
I was talking about how Amiibo are awesome because they and it's very smart. They look better when there's more of them together, right? But I think this is one of the few that can totally stand on its own. If you're one of those people that are just like, I only want one or two Amiibo, like get the Mario one and put it on your desk at work.
It looks very different. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Yoshi ones obviously don't
Yeah.
quite match the look of
Nope.
the others. I like that though.
So they also brought the Chibi Robo Amiibo, which they're sort of touting as the only life-size Amiibo.
Because Chibi Robo
Yeah,
is really
he's the only
small.
character that's like actually to scale.
Isn't that one nice?
It's very
The
nice, and
silver, like the plug and everything, just looks.
the
so
silver
good.
looks cool. I'm a little bummed out that he's just resting on grass. Like I wish he was doing an action shot. I guess after all the Smash Brothers ones, one of them
out
needed
of
a break.
energy.
He is out of energy. He needs to plug
he's
in.
looking to where to plug.
Yeah.
It's a frantic search.
So he's cool. He's a one-off. I mean, we haven't seen any of those yet, right? We've saw the closest we've seen is the Splatoon.
Splatoon is the closest thing to Chibi Robo in terms of
Yeah.
I'm shocked this got an Amiibo.
Yeah.
Like,
So he's a
honestly.
one-off. You can only get him with the game in a bundle. So if you're a digital consumer like I am, like tough luck, give it away to
So
somebody.
it's kind of like the squid in the Splatoon set.
Yeah.
You can only get the squid if
well,
you bought the 3-pack.
the squid you could buy in the 3-pack. But
But that's what I mean.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the only way in the U.S. to get him. I know in other territories he's a separate.
so this you have to buy with a physical game. So if you're a collector and you want it, I'm already starting to do the thing in my head where I'm like, do I need that? Do I not need that?
Do you
And
need that?
I think I need that.
Okay.
So then I went hands on with the two types of Animal Crossing Amiibo. One is the standard, the new figures that they're making with the grass pattern on the bottom. Super well done, gorgeous. Like as you know, the Amiibo that they've made for the Smash Brothers line, the less human looking they are, sort of the better they are. The kind of cartoony ones are my favorite kind, and these are amazing. Like Isabelle looks great, Totake looks great, or KK Slider, however he's known here in the States.
I'm surprised they didn't go with the Yoshi, like just sort of a plush version, just because Animal Crossing villagers are so soft. Like,
yeah,
I mean, honestly.
yeah.
You know?
I like it though. I like the way it looks, and like I love the grass, the stylized
nice.
grass and like leaf patterns from that game.
Yeah.
just lend themselves to these
So this
3D
is when they really get collectors, right? Because it's like me, I'm not a big Pokemon guy, but because I want the whole Smash set, I bought all the Pokemon. Like I don't think Jigglypuff is a good Amiibo. I don't think he's a good character. I hate that guy, if I'm going to be honest, on this Nintendo show.
That's okay.
But I got his figure because he's part of a set. But when I get to like a fifth string Animal Crossing character who's like, hey, I fix shoes in the town on the DS game, you're kind of like, do I really need you? So I think I'm going to skip these. Really? No, really. I'm running out of shelf space.
No.
I don't have a house. I got a 1-bedroom apartment.
He's not hiding things in the garage like you do.
Well,
And
so
it's
here, like
"Plop,
my wife asked me the other day. She was like, "So how many more of these do you need to get?" And I was like, well, that's a tricky question because the Smash Brothers set has about 10 or 12 more left in them because they had to break the Mii Fighters out in the 3 characters, which I wish they never did. And then there's the Chibi Robo, and then there's maybe one more Yoshi one, and blah 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 blah, and all of a sudden the 2 Mario ones. But there's also a Rob Famicom version who's only available in Japan. So a lot.
You said this to her?
Yeah.
Like
Why
I
do you
looked
say
up because
that
I
to
thought
her?
you were just talking to us. Then I'm
No,
like,
no,
wait,
she knows what
he's
she
still
married.
talking to
You
his
should
wife.
just say, oh, there's
No, I mean, the half of my life is just hearing, "No, that's nice, honey."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's if you marry somebody that can just look at you and hear you babble about garbage and go, "That's nice," then you're doing okay.